What if I told you there's an electric car that doesn't just compete with a Tesla Model S or a Porsche Taycan? It completely embarrasses them when it comes to pure, unapologetic theater. This is the 2024 HiPhi Z, and it's not from Germany or America. It's the most audacious machine to ever come out of China. It has a robotic arm that can talk to you, 500,000 color-changing LEDs, and doors that make a Lamborghini look simple. But here's the million-dollar question. Is all this mind-blowing innovation actually genius? Or is it just the craziest gimmick we've ever seen on four wheels? Stick around, because what you're about to see will completely change what you expect from an electric car. So what exactly are we looking at? This is the HiPhi Z, the flagship electric GT from Human Horizons, a brand you might not know yet, but one that is determined to make a massive splash in the premium EV space. While they're new to the US market, their entire philosophy is built on a concept called HiPhi, which stands for a fusion of high-tech and high-taste. This car isn't just aiming to be another luxury sedan. It's a direct assault on established players like the Porsche Taycan and Audi e-tron GT, but with a radical twist. While the Germans focus on precision and heritage, HiPhi is throwing out the rulebook to focus on something else entirely, creating a fully immersive, almost cinematic experience for the driver and passengers. In a market where many EVs are starting to look and feel the same, the HiPhi Z is a deliberate, and incredibly bold, attempt to stand out. It's built for the early adopter who values jaw-dropping design and bleeding-edge tech as much as they do 0 to 60 times. But to pull that off, it has to deliver more than just a light show. In the next section, we're going to break down every inch of this machine, from its spaceship interior to its real-world performance, to see if this audacious newcomer truly has what it takes to compete with the very best. Let's start with the thing you can't ignore, the design. The HiPhi Z isn't just a car, it's a rolling sculpture. It's part cyberpunk sedan, part GT, with sharp, origami-like folds and a rear end that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi blockbuster. And then, there are the lights, over 4,000 individual LEDs that can display messages, animations, and even respond to music. It's a level of personalization we've simply never seen before. But the real party trick is the doors. They're fully automated and sensor-equipped, opening with a quiet, futuristic whir that makes you feel like you're boarding a spaceship every single time. It's incredibly cool, but you start to wonder, is this practical, or is it just the ultimate party trick? Now, step inside, and the future gets even more intense. You're greeted by a massive, rotating center screen that HiPhi calls the HiPhi Bot. This isn't just a screen on a dash. It's a robotic arm that can pivot and angle itself towards you, whether you're driving or in the passenger seat. It's meant to feel like a living entity, and I've got to say, the first time it moves on its own, it's both magical and slightly unnerving. The materials are top tier, soft Alcantara, real metal, and gorgeous ambient lighting everywhere. It feels special, but all this tech comes with a learning curve. The sheer number of functions controlled by the screen and voice commands can be overwhelming at first. So, it's a tech and design masterpiece. But what about the part where you actually drive it? Well, the numbers are staggering. We're talking about a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup producing over 600 horsepower, rocketing this nearly 5,500-pound machine to 60 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds. The acceleration is instant, brutal, and eerily silent. It also features rear-wheel steering, which makes it feel incredibly agile and nimble in corners, belying its massive size. But here's where we hit our first real-world complication. All of this insane performance and technology has a direct impact on its claimed 305-mile range. In our mixed driving, we saw numbers that were, let's just say, very interesting, and we'll break down exactly what that means for a potential owner in just a moment. Because that leads us to the single biggest question mark, the one thing that will make or break this entire audacious experiment. And we haven't even talked about it yet. So, we've established this thing is a technological tour de force. But all that leads to the ultimate test. What is it actually like to live with? And this is where the HiPhi Z completely flips the script. Pushing it hard on a twisting backroad is a surreal experience. The acceleration is a silent, brutal shove in the back. But the real shock is the chassis. Despite its massive weight and focus on luxury, this car can dance. The rear-wheel steering makes it feel like it's pivoting around corners, and the air suspension keeps it planted and confident. It's not just fast in a straight line, it's genuinely engaging when you push it. It exceeds every expectation you'd have for a car that looks this flamboyant. But then, reality hits. You push it hard, and you watch the range estimator plummet. Our real-world testing consistently yielded a range closer to 250 miles, a significant drop from its 305-mile EPA claim. All that performance, all those lights, and that incredible interior tech come at a massive energy cost. And that brings us to the final, gut-punch revelation, the price. To own this piece of the future, you're looking at a starting price well over $100,000. Suddenly, this isn't just a cool new EV. It's a six-figure gamble on a brand with no dealer network, and proven long-term reliability, and a very real question about resale value. So now, the entire experiment rests on a knife's edge. On one side, you have a car that is, without a doubt, the most creative and exciting thing to hit the EV world in years. On the other, you have brutal real-world compromises. Which side wins? The final verdict might not be what you think. So, after all that, what's the final verdict on the HiPhi Z? Here's the bottom line. The HiPhi Z is not a car you buy with your head. You buy it with your heart. It is a spectacular, flawed masterpiece. If you are a tech pioneer who lives for innovation and wants to own the most talked-about car on the road, this is your dream machine. It delivers an experience unlike anything else for the money. The design, the doors, the HiPhi bot, it's a rolling statement that electrification can be theatrical and emotional. However, if you need a practical, efficient, daily driver with a proven track record, look at a Porsche Taycan or a Lucid Air. The HiPhi's real-world range and the uncertainties of a new brand are real compromises you cannot ignore. In the broader US market, the HiPhi Z's true impact isn't about sales figures. It's a challenge to the entire industry. It proves that electric cars don't have to be boring, minimalist appliances. They can be exciting, daring, and packed with personality. The question it leaves us with is this: does the future of electric cars lie in cold, calculated efficiency, or in bold, heart-pounding creativity? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you Team HiPhi, or does this much innovation feel like overkill? If this review helped you see the future of cars, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more straight-talking car reviews. Thanks for watching.